Undermining you? How?
You're poisoning my wife's mind against me. Is that any clearer?
Poisoning your wife's what? I wouldn't, Kate. No. I love you. Frankie loves you. We're on your side.
You're on my side.
I think you better get a reality check right now.
Meaning I'm not in touch?
Meaning I'm not going to talk about something ridiculous.
Now I'm ridiculous?
Cass, look, you just got released from the hospital.
Oh, please, kid, let's not mince words. The loony unit.
You had a manic episode. That's like having a heart attack in your head.
Now, is that medically correct, or are you just speaking metaphorically?
I'm saying that you're not 100% yet, and if you feel that Frankie and I are overly concerned about you, we are. We're very concerned. Legitimately so. And we're going to continue to watch over you.
Don't you have any faith in me?
What is that supposed to mean?
You're treating me like I'm incompetent.
You're not incompetent. You're ill, Cass.
Don't give me that Dr. Double Talk. I know what you're thinking. I know. You think I'm going to do something crazy and hurt my own daughter.
Nobody thinks that.
Then get out of here. Let me be a father. Go see Brett. You have a date with her, don't you?
Not until later, no.
Well, be early. Surprise her.
Don't worry about it. They're supposed to come apart. Hi, I'm Dr. Powers.
Yes, I know. We've met. But you know, this isn't for me. I gotta go. I'm back.
Enjoy it. It may be a loss.
You're upset?
You stood me up. You stood me up, damn it. Now, did I not tell you that it was important to me that I wanted you to attach the codicils to the will?
Carl, you're not my only client.
I certainly pay you enough to warrant your immediate attention.
And it's always a pleasure doing business with you.
I apologize.
That's okay. Let's see to these wills, shall we?
I'm sorry I lost my temper. Look here, I'm getting married and I'm just eager to get all of this business taken care
It's
of.
understandable. Now, these will need notarizing.
Well, can't you do that?
I need to witness your signature.
Oh, come on, Preston. Just do it.
Now, Carl, I'd like to oblige you, but you should understand that should Rachel object to any of these provisions...
But why should she? This is her idea. Look, this is her signature.
As you will. Now, you realize should Rachel choose to draw up a new will, it'll supersede all these provisions.
Yes, of course.
Well, if it isn't the groom-to-be. Ooh, what's the abs, Daddy?
You can't possibly cross the equator without any mosquito netting, Rachel.
Well, they ran out of them at the mall, Iris. We're not staying in a tent. We're staying in Carl's estate.
I thought it was a plantation.
Iris.
Grandma, can I ride Knickerbocker while you and Carl go to Brazil?
Yes, you may, but only if your mother says it's okay, and only if you have an adult supervising you, okay? Where did I put my bathing suit? Did I put it in the Brazil bag or in the New York bag?
You already put it in your carry-on.
Ah, I see.
Oh, do you have sunscreen?
Yep, I'm gonna get it when I get there. I don't have it yet. And what about my passport? Where did I put that?
You already put it in your bag.
Thank you, Radar.
Who is that man by the front door?
Oh, he's cute, isn't he?
Oh.
Allie, would you like to open one of our gifts?
Can I?
May you?
May I?
Yes, you may. It's extra security. I didn't want to alarm Allie.
Oh, right.
You got one?
Can I? May I open this one?
Yes, you may.
Hey, don't touch that.
So beautiful.
John. No.
It's no rush. We can take time.
I don't want to take any more time. I want to make love.
You too. So much.
I know. It's like I've always known you.
Don't touch that.
Oh, well, no harm done. It's all right.
What did I do?
Honey, nothing. These things happen.
Mom,
it's okay.
I don't want her touching
Honey,
those.
it's been through the X-ray. Oh, everything has been through the X-ray machines.
It's from Preston. It's Waterford, of course.
Not anymore, it isn't. It's okay, sweetie. Don't get worried about it.
But it's broken. Listen.
Yeah, it's broken all right. Well, we'll just have to get another one.
Yeah.
It's okay.
No, it is not. There's a policeman here, and everybody's whispering.
Well, listen, sweetheart, it has nothing to do with you. I promise.
You always say that, and then I never know what's going on.
Wait, Allie, wait a minute, honey.
Let me. Hey, Ken. Mad at your mom?
Yeah.
Listen, you're right. There's a lot of stuff going on around here that you don't know about.
I'd like to be alone right now, Paulina, if you don't mind.
I'm sorry. It just sounded so much like your mom there for me. Okay, I'm going. I'm gone. But remember, if you want to talk to me, you know where I am, okay? I don't know, you must have been 7 or 8, and your father and I were giving that dinner for Sir Nigel Bone. Remember that?
That's right. You were a perfect little monster.
Wait a minute, Sir Nigel Bone?
I know, that's the problem. You couldn't keep a straight face then either, and so we banished you up to the nursery, where you commented on the whole evening by throwing every single toy you owned out the window onto the terrace until Iris got so upset, she went up and sat on you.
Yes. Just think I would have been Lady Bone now if it hadn't been for you.
Well, I'm sorry I was such a brat, Lady Bone. Well, I'm sorry that I didn't inform you that we had extra security on today.
That's okay. I just, I want to know you're safe. I mean, do you have any idea who's doing this to you?
Well, we're taking every precaution. I'm going to leave the rest up to the experts.
Because the frightening thing is not knowing what could happen next.
Yeah. Well, I'm going upstairs. I think I forgot something else. Wait a minute, Iris. You know something, don't you?
It's pure speculation. I'd rather not talk about it.
If my mother was in danger, I would expect
It's her
her
own
to
bloody
tell me.
fault. I told her who was behind these threats, but you wouldn't listen, of course.
You told her what? Who's making the threats, Iris?
Oh, can't you guess?
Preston, nice to see you.
Jake.
You two know each other? Oh, I know everybody, Carl. Didn't you know that?
I represent a writer that Jake's suing.
And I'm going to get him, you just watch. Well, how do you know Preston, Carl?
Bocce. He's a master.
Bocce? I never had the knees for bocce. Well, everything looks very legal here. Then, of course, Preston is a lawyer, which you already know. Looks like you could be discussing what? Marriage? Rachel's having you sign a prenuptial? What a woman.
Yes, I couldn't agree with you more. But what I discussed with Mr. Stanhope is really none of your business, is it?
Ever since you stole my job, Carl, I make everything you do my business.
Stole your job, Jake. You were like a little boy standing in your daddy's shoes.
Excuse me. Jake McKinnon.
Jake, it's me, Allie.
Hang on. This is big, very big. You'll excuse me, boys?
Nice to see you, Jake.
Nice seeing you.
I couldn't disagree with you more, Preston.
Carl, outside of the accent and the handmade clothes, you're nothing but a ponytail with attitude. Be cool. Allie?
Did I call you at a bad time?
Not at all. It was perfect. Believe me. How are you?
Could you come over?
You okay?
I need to talk to you. It's very important.
Sure. I'll leave word. I'll be right there, okay?
How can you handle this?
Carl, please, my clerk could handle this.
Yes, I know that, but I want you to handle it personally, and then I want you to put it in your private safe.
Carl, we've been friends a long time. You're building a house of cards.
I don't want an opinion.
It's on the house. Now listen to me. Rachel controls Corey. Forget the will. She could sign the stocks over to her grandchildren tomorrow.
So what? By then we'll be married. It'll be a dead issue. Now, will you just please take care of business and spare me?
Have it your own way. Thanks for the beverage.
Bon appetit. Yes?
It's all arranged. Your business affairs and, of course, the wedding.
Ah, good. Splendid. Now, Ita, nothing must go wrong.
I've considered every possibility and taken measures to counteract any negative eventualities.
There are days, Ito, and this is one of them, when your service to me is especially endearing.
Thank you, sir.
Think of it, Ito. Finally, I'm about to marry Rachel Corey, which means I'm about to have everything I've ever wanted. It's a bit scary, but nothing can go wrong. I won't allow it.
Suppose you tell me why you're here.
Well, it's not going to sound very noble compared to cancer or a career thing. I just don't like the way I look. You've had patients like that.
Yes, of course. Self-image is a powerful motivating force.
And you don't think that it's, well, trivial?
I don't judge my patients' motives. I simply make sure they get all the facts. Now, it's important that you understand all the risks involved.
Well, I do know about the problems with the silicone, that they were leaking, and women were getting autoimmune disorders and chronic fatigue syndrome, arthritis, but they don't use silicone implants anymore, right?
No. We use saline implants. However, I must tell you that the saline implant is enclosed in a silicone casing, and there have been no long-range studies about the possible side effects.
But if there was a problem, they would be removed.
Yes, but like the original implantation, that would involve major surgery and all the risks inherent with general anesthesia.
What about nursing?
Good question. Will the breast produce milk? Yes. Is the breast safe for the infant? Again, there have been problems associated with silicone. There's new data showing esophageal damage and intestinal problems in nursing infants whose mothers have silicone implants.
And what about with the saline implants?
Again, the saline implant is encased in silicone.
Wow, I guess you really have to want to do this.
No, I'm not trying to discourage you, Brett. I just want you to make an informed choice. On the plus side, many of my patients tell me that implants have made their lives happier, more fulfilled. It's a very individual thing.
Well, I've had surgery, anesthesia, And I guess you could always bottle feed.
Mm-hmm. Well, once you've had a chance to look over the literature and digest what we've discussed, then I do an exam and we could explore what you want.
Well, I really have to think about this.
No, there's no hurry here. In fact, I require all my patients to talk to a therapist before we get too involved with the technical details.
Really, all of your patients see a therapist?
Mm. Well, when it's a question of cosmetics, I find it's really helpful for the patient to talk to a professional and get clear on the issues.
You mean if it's a self-esteem thing?
Well, some women make the mistake of thinking that their happiness depends on how they look.
Well, I like myself. I just, I've never liked my chest.
Here. Now, why don't you take this home, read it over, and we'll make an appointment for next week.
Oh, I already have one of those, and I'm really not ready to make another appointment. Not that you haven't been very informative and generous with your time.
Now, remember, Brett, there's no rush here. They call it elective surgery for a reason. You don't have to do it. All right? Well, it's been wonderful talking with you, and if you have any questions, any problems, just give me a call.
Thank you. I will. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Brett's not home. There's no point in going over there until she gets back, right?
Then go take a hike. See, you don't trust me.
You keep wanting to make this a moral issue, Cass. This is a medical issue.
Then by all means, go get the jacket with the wraparound sleeves. Tie me up, gag me, drug me.
What's going on?
You don't trust me.
Of course I trust you.
Will you leave me alone with Charlie? Pow. No. Morgan has to babysit.
Cass feels that
Don't tell her how I feel. You don't know how I feel. Nobody knows how I feel.
If we're doing this wrong, please. We'll do it differently. You just have to tell us what to do.
Oh, please, don't give me that. I tried right here in this very room. I told you every pathetic detail. And then at the hospital, you saw everything. Nobody should have seen that. Nobody. It was so humiliating to me.
Cass, you're a human being. You have strong points and weak points like everybody else. That doesn't make us love you any less.
You don't listen. You just don't listen.
Your recovery's not going to be a straight line. You're going to have good days. You're going to have bad days.
This is not about me. Or my breakdown or my recovery, depending on how you want to look at it. Is your glass half empty or is your glass half full? This is about you. Two of the people I love most in the world treating me like some kind of a sad case who needs a keeper. And don't deny it. Because I heard you whispering behind my back, plying your surveillance.
No, it's called observation, Cass, and it's necessary. There's no plot, there's no secret. You're sick. You're not just overtired or overstressed. You're sick. And if you're going to insist on recuperating here at home, then it's up to Frankie and me to monitor your treatment. And yeah, we're going to watch over you and check over you, whether you like it or not.
Cass, I know it must be very unpleasant to have us in this position, but it's better than at the hospital.
It's no different, don't you understand? You were supposed to bring me home to my life. You were going to give me love and support, affection, warmth. And I got more of that from you while I was in the hospital. I felt like you were on my side there. Now, you've turned my home into a mental ward.
Do you think it was easy bringing you home? They wanted you medicated. They wanted you committed, but you didn't want that, so I said no. And I don't know if I did the right thing, Cass. I'm scared. All I want is for you to get better, and I will do anything, so please, just tell me what to do.
Stop treating me like a lunatic. I had a manic episode. Fine. But it's still me. I'm still your husband. And your brother and Charlie's father. I'm still the lawyer that got you both off when everybody else in town said that it was absolutely hopeless. You have to remember that, those kinds of things. You have to respect me. You have to see me. It's me. Stop shutting me out. I can't bear it, all the whispering and the secrets. You make me feel like like an unwanted guest in my own home, and I won't have it! I won't have it!
Be like this.
It's always been like this. I wanted you. But I felt that it was too soon.
No. I've been waiting. I've been waiting for you.
It's really good.
So where's my girl?
I knew you, Tom. I knew it.
Yeah, hey, well, when I make a promise to somebody, I come through. How's my alley cat?
There's something going on. I know it, but nobody will tell me.
Yeah? Well, tell you what, why don't you eat your ice cream, and I'll see if I can pry it out of Paulina, okay? Some more threats?
No, but everyone's really jumping. Amanda screamed at Allie when she picked up one of the packages that had arrived. Security had already checked it, but Amanda didn't know
Oh,
it.
man, I hate that. I hate when kids get left out of the loop. They're smart. They get it. When people lie to them, it drives them nuts.
Well, I tried to talk to her, but she obviously wanted you.
Smart girl. So, Allie, this is the deal. Sometimes when two people get married, well, there are other people out there who aren't too happy about it, you know?
My mother didn't want Grandma and Carl to get married.
Right. You don't want your mom to marry Graham.
He's okay.
Tell the truth.
He smells like mouthwash.
Right. So, there are people that are sending messages to Carl and your grandmother, telling them that they shouldn't get married, and that is what is upsetting everybody.
So are they going to get married? Grandma and Carl? Even if everybody says they shouldn't?
That depends how much your grandma loves Carl.
Now, do you understand now, honey? And that's why your mother, she didn't mean to yell at you.
Everybody yelled at you when you wanted to marry Jake. I would have married you no matter what.
You told Mom that you think Carl's behind these threats and she ignored you? Well, you know your mother. She hates to admit that she's wrong. He's totally bewitched her and she won't hear a word against him. But that cornice was real? The note on her pillow was real? Well, she'd rather imagine some diabolical plot than face up to reality. I just hope that on some level I've got through to her, you know?
You don't need to ring.
Forgot my key.
Oh. We have to talk about this, Iris, now.
Hello, ladies. Did something happen?
course not.
Rachel, what's going on?
I'm packing for 2 continents.
Stop it. I want you to tell me the truth. You demanded once that I be honest with you. Now be honest with me. Tell me what's happened.
He's right. We're treating him like he's a mental patient.
He is a mental patient. You've got to stop blaming yourself. You've been incredibly supportive and loving and caring.
No, I don't trust him.
Why should you? He's paranoid. He's volatile.
So you think he's getting worse?
Well, he's not going to get better overnight. So you may as well accept the fact that he's going to have more of these outbursts.
Oh, I could deal with that, Morgan. I could deal with anything if I only knew he was going to get better.
If he seems anxious, if he seems insecure or defensive, it's all part of the process. It's going to take time.
I'm just so afraid that I made a mistake, that the doctors were right and he needs his medication. And what if I made things worse?
You didn't make things worse.
Excuse me. I'd like to talk to my wife.
I have to go now anyway. I'll be at Brett's.
I'm so sorry.
No. I'm sorry.
I love you. It's true. What did you say?
Look, I didn't...
Charlene? You called me Charlene?
It didn't mean anything.
Didn't mean anything? You called me Charlene, it didn't mean anything?
It was a mistake.
How could you? I told you again and again. She's gone. Kate, you made love to Kate. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Get out.
Now, you said, and I quote, that we didn't have a chance if we weren't honest with each other. And now look at you. You find it difficult to look me in the eye. That's better. Now tell me what's going on.
Nothing, darling. Nothing. No one's jumped out of any shrubbery. Nobody has sent us a threatening note or a phone call or anything. Who is that? Loretta. Oh, good. I have to talk to Loretta.
Yes, well, that's convenient. Amanda, hold on a minute, please. Please, just for a moment. What's going on with your mother? I'm beginning to be concerned about her.
You're concerned about her? How dare you pretend to care about her when you're the one who's making these threats, Carl?
Do you think...
You know, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed. I almost bought your act. Carl, I couldn't conceive of someone being so warped, so vicious, that they would write those notes, the wedding invitation, that they would hire someone to drop stonework on her. I mean, it's sick. It's diabolical.
Amanda, think. Think. Use your faculties. Why would I do such a thing? Doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't it? Why don't you try this on for size? You set up threats to make it look like someone from your past is trying to murder you. An attempt is made on your life, but tragically it ends up hitting my mother instead of you. Suddenly the threats are over, and the grieving widower, well, he stands to inherit the entire Corey empire.
You know, Amanda, I would expect to hear this kind of lunacy from Iris, but not from you. Now, really, my dear, you must learn to trust more.
Should I? Why? We know about the new codicil in her will. She left you all her stock, Carl. We're on to you. We're on to you.
D.
Hi there, gorgeous.
Oh. How are you?
Give me another smooch, maybe I'll forget.
How's Cass?
Climbing up the walls.
And Frankie?
She's a mess. She's second-guessing bringing Cass home. I'm taking his abuse. I'm trying to calm her down. It's great.
How do you think he's doing?
I think I'm too close to tell. Anyway, they needed their privacy, and I really needed you.
Well, my couch is your couch.
You better be careful, because I just might take you up on that, you know. What smells so good?
Oh, the buns. You know, we can't just eat oysters.
You have a phone directory? I have to dial in a prescription.
Yeah, it's right under the phone.
How the buns?
Ah, they're nice and toasty brown. Don't open that.
What, the drawer?
Yeah, it's a mess. You know, it's a junk drawer. Every house has one, you know. Where all the junk ends up.
What are you hiding from me, Brett?
Nothing. Dust, dirt, you know.
Dirt? No. A diary, maybe.
No, I don't keep a diary.
Oh, no? Oh, I know what it is. It's one of those questionnaires, one of those cheap magazines. Rate your man.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
oh, you are such a slut.
Yeah.
Oh. No.
Oh, God, medic!
Are you okay?
Yeah, why don't you want me to open the drawer?
Look, just because I don't want you to open a drawer in my house doesn't mean that it has anything to do with you.
But if it doesn't have anything to do with me, why don't you want me to open the drawer?
Because it's private.
Oh, you don't want me to open the drawer because it's private.
Well, use your imagination. You are a doctor. This is my bedroom.
You're unbuttoning my shirt.
Mm-hmm. Are you objecting?
No, it's just that you're not... I mean, this isn't... You don't ever do this.
How many times have we made love?
6.5, including that time at the hospital. But...
So, I guess, maybe you don't know me as well.
I'll just shut up then, I guess, and you can... I mean, but you cooked, you shucked oysters.
I was way out of line.
Oh. You're right, we have been watching over you. But it's only because we're trying to take care of you.
I know. I'm not making it very easy for you, am I? But that's going to change. I'm sleeping. I feel calmer every day. And despite losing my temper now and again...
Morgan says that's normal.
Well, he's the doctor.
He's been really incredible.
He's trying to pay me back for keeping him out of jail.
No. He loves you.
Still, the less we burden him with this, the better. He has his own life to live. So from now on, I'm not going to insist on taking care of Charlie by myself.
I don't want to cut you off from Charlie.
Oh, you won't. We're going to do it together. That's what I want, anyway. To be close to both of you. That's all I want.
I have missed you.
That's why I couldn't bear to be locked up in that hospital. If I can't touch you and hold my baby in my arms, I feel like I've lost the best part of myself.
That's what I was worried about, that I was being selfish, wanting you home.
No, this is where I belong. And you were incredible. You understood. You heard me. You stood by me. No one has ever loved me like that. Before I rip your clothes off, there's one thing that I must ask you. Is Morgan coming home tonight?
I think he's staying at Brett's.
Oh, good. I mean, I love my brother, but
No, you gotta point your nose. Okay, give it. Let me see it. Try this one.
Oh, no, that's really attractive. Beautiful, babe. Beautiful.
I think it's awesome.
Okay, all right. Time for bed, you.
No!
Yes!
Okay, can I ask you something?
Sure.
By the time I grow up, if you don't marry anybody, will you marry me?
You bet. Okay, go on. Oh.
Ready now?
She likes me.
A lot of people do.
Well, I gotta go take care of something. So.
How could you keep this from me? I mean, Iris has accused me of plotting your murder. And she's even got Amanda convinced.
I couldn't tell you because I knew how you would react.
How? I don't know how to react.
Darling, look, all of us are a bit tense lately. We're all hanging around waiting for another shoe to drop. The last thing I want to do is stir things up between the two of you. Iris is fine. She wants us to be happy.
Happy, Iris? There's a contradiction in terms.
Well, all right, I'm stretching it a bit. I mean, she's trying, very trying.
And if you don't believe her, look into my eyes and tell me you don't.
Of course I don't believe you're trying to murder me. I mean, you don't need my money, and besides, we have much too much fun together. Oh, darling. Iris has always had a problem with this. You know that.
Then if you don't believe her, what's troubling you?
Darling, in case you've forgotten, somebody is trying to murder either you or me. And they're following it up with threatening phone calls and threatening notes left on my pillow in my bedroom, and that's pretty creepy. And that makes me uncomfortable, and that makes me upset, and that makes me angry, because nobody's coming up with who's doing this. Not the police, not you, with all of your resources, have discovered anyone who's doing this. And on top of all of that, we're going to be married in just a few days, and whether you believe it or not, I believe whoever is doing this is going to do something else during our wedding. Is that enough?
Yes, that's quite enough.
Do you have any theories?
But like you said, I've been able to come up with nothing, and that's troublesome. But it tells us that we've been looking in the wrong places.
Well, that's something. I mean, okay, so we've eliminated some places.
What's becoming clear is that the villain wants to stop our wedding.
Oh, there's only one person I can think of who would go to any lengths to stop our wedding, and that... Iris?
I'll call you when I've made my decision.
Don't wait too long.
I'll see you in New York.
I'll be there. Oh, Iris? Who's the suit?
Not that it's any of your business, but it's a client.
Well, I've never met him.
A new client.
Iris, we're adults here. You want a little action, you don't have to hide it.
If it pleases you to fantasize about my sex life, Jake, you go right ahead.
Poor Hank, he thought you'd be heartbroken when he left.
Breast augmentation?
told you to go.
I think we need to talk.
We don't have anything to talk about.
Please, forgive me. I'll try to be more sensitive.
Are you sensitive enough to leave?
I know that you're upset. I don't want to leave you alone.
Please.
I'm worried about you.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me ever again.
Tomorrow, on Another World, will Carl's and Rachel's wedding rehearsal come off without a hitch? Not likely. Don't miss a minute of Another World tomorrow on NBC Daytime.